Hello and welcome to an so awesome review, and today we're looking at the SH Figuarts Whis action figure. This is the event exclusive for 2001, and yeah, there's definitely negatives, and it's not so much in the fact that it's the event exclusive. Well, I guess for some people that is, but it's just the fact that they didn't really improve on anything from the original release, which I guess makes sense because it is just a recolor. So, getting on with that, aesthetic-wise, the figure does look good. It looks like he popped out of the anime. The gold on the sash being the main repaint they did on this figure looks amazing. It's Whis. It's what you expect from Whis, and I would be extremely happy if it wasn't for the fact that they still gave him that giant plastic skirt that keeps his legs from doing anything. So posability-wise, yeah, it's not good. It's honestly one of the worst attempts of a Figuarts they've done, and it sucks because if it wasn't for that plastic skirt thing, it looks like he would be really articulated, especially in the feet. It looks like he has the movement there. But yeah, we'll get into that more in a second here. He does come with three faces: his standard smiling face, a smirking looking off to the left face, and a I just enjoyed something really good, really tasty face, which is probably the one I'm going to display him with. He does come with his staff as well as a pair of hands to hold it in either hand or both hands at once. Another more loosely gripped hand, which looks weird if I'm being honest. A pointing hand, and a hand with a spoon, which again, probably what I'm going to have him holding. But aside from that, the figure is nice. And like I said, the heads, let me just pop this off. You guys can get a closer look here. The head does look really good. I mean, again, it's really nice. They've done a really good job. I'm not doing a great job focusing, but it looks amazing. All of them, pretty much, detail-wise, the hair is a really nice silver, and it has like a little pearlescent sheen to it, so it's shiny. It looks, I don't know what it is about it, but for this figure, for this character, it really works. I really love it. And that's pretty much where that kind of ends, where I can say I really love it. I could say that, like, the staff, which I'll get in a second once I pop this guy's head back on. Trying not to edit the videos too much while I'm, like, in the middle of doing a bunch of other things. So, sorry if they take a little bit longer. Not just to film, but, like, if they're just in length a little bit longer. Let's put them down right here. The staff looks really good. I do like how they did the clear black little ball thing there in the middle. The blue kind of reflects onto it, so that looks really nice, and it just looks like it's floating there when there isn't any light reflecting onto it. The gold on it looks good, the blue on it looks good. It's a really nice big size. You can hold it and have it touching the ground, which is nice because there's a lot of figures. I think it's a Skeletor from the new line, and maybe the old one where like the hand has to be at a weird angle for the staff to actually be touching the ground. Him, if you want him to do that, you can do it, no problem. Looks good. I wish we had gotten Oracle Fish just as a bonus because of this really crappy thing. And it's just crappy. It's the main reason I didn't buy the original, and I kind of forgot about it. I knew it was bad, but I forgot how bad it was. It's literally just a solid piece right here. You can technically separate his lower half from his upper half, but I don't know if you can actually remove the legs from the plastic thing, because when I did it, they were still attached. There were some screws there. I don't know. I'm going to look more into it, see if there's a way to do it, and see if there's a way to mod it so that I can maybe put a soft goods skirt on or something. I don't think I'd be able to do the whole outfit, but if I could do that and get him to sit, it would be great because it's Whis. I feel like one thing Whis does, or the two things Whis does, stands, floats around, kind of waves his feet side to side, you know, when he's training Goku. He's never in like a fighting stance, so I can understand them limiting that, even though his leg articulation is actually there. It looks like it would be really good if it wasn't for the plastic. The other thing Whis does is sit around and eat, and he cannot sit down because, again, of the plastic. There's just no way to do it. So hopefully we'll get an updated one eventually, but it shouldn't have been a problem from the beginning. And usually I'm positive with all my reviews. I usually love all the figures. It's funny that I'm getting two done here where I'm not like super happy. The last one being the Jack Sparrow from the Mirrorverse. Good figure. The legs, the way the ankles are, definitely kills that figure. But aside from that, it was pretty good. It wasn't bad. Again, this one, really good figure. Looks amazing. Again, something the company did. Plastic skirt kills it. And I'm sure anybody who's watched reviews on the old one or anything knows that. So it's good to have as part of the collection to kind of complete your Dragon Ball Super thing. It's bad in the sense that it really is limited, because I don't know if you guys can see, but the legs can move. They can move back and forward. He does have a knee joint in there. He can move side to side. His feet, or his ankle articulation, it's not really there. I'm looking at it right now. It's straight down, so he doesn't really have that much of an up, down, or side to side. So that kind of sucks, probably because they knew that he wasn't going to be able to do much. Does have that toe thing right there, but you can't utilize most of his legs because, again, giant plastic thing right there. Aside from that, the articulation is, I would say, decent at best. Arm can go completely flat. We do have rotation right there at the upper arm. I'm at a really weird angle here, so let me try this. We have double jointed elbow that does really good. Rotation at the wrist as well as the hinge, wherever it is. Right now it's on the side-to-side motion, but it's there. Head can look up. Really good, honestly. That's really good. Can look down really well. Pivot, whoa. Pivot side to side right there. And then his body can move back and forward really well, which helps with some of the motions when he's training Goku, but at the same time, without the feet, it's not that great. And it does have his side to side and rotation side to side. You can kind of hear the plastic kind of rattling around in there because it is a little stiff, but yeah, it's hard to say much about the figure aside from it's a very big letdown. It probably was a very big letdown when he came out, and it's still a very big letdown just because they didn't add rubber there. I know that, you know, design-wise, it is correct. It looks good. I believe Hit has a similar problem where his little side skirts look like they kind of get in the way, but, you know, design-wise, it's open, so it allows for more articulation than Whis here, and you can remove them on him, so there is that. But aside from that, yeah, it's hard to even recommend this figure as a you need it so you can complete your kind of duo right there, because, again, you're gonna be disappointed when it comes to articulation, unless you know what you're getting into and you can get him for a good price. Though I don't think he goes for cheap, and I don't think he ever actually went for too cheap. It's just one of those, we don't have that many Whis figures. I don't even think Dragon Stars has a Whis figure yet. Correct me if I'm wrong, but because we don't have that many, it kind of makes it a, well, this is your only chance to have him in your collection. Which sucks, again, because it's not a good figure. It's decent at best. Anyways, size comparison-wise, here he is next to Beerus. A lot taller than him, looks good. They look great together. If you stand them up together, and I'm sure you can get plenty of standing poses with them together, you know, and you're not expecting any action stuff, then yeah, that's fine. Someone who likes to pose their figures, mess around with them, you know, you're not going to have fun. I would love to be able to get Whis into some really good action poses. Stuff you don't see him do on the show would be amazing. Or at least be able to get him to sit down. If they had done an extra waist piece, where you pop up the bottom half and pop on another one where he's sitting down, at least then I know you're trying. At least then I know you're giving us, like, some options. But they didn't. And I feel like that is probably the worst part of it, is that they could have done more. You know, they knew when they made this figure that his legs weren't going to be great, so they could have at least given us a sitting down legs for him, kind of how they gave us the Frieza pod where you pop off the torso and put it on the pod. They could have done that with him. Would have been good. Would have been a great extra for the event exclusive. I know they don't want to, you know, change too much things up for the event exclusives, but it is what it is. Again, it's just decent. As for another SH Figuarts, here we have Master Roshi. Sorry, my throat is, like, not great. I probably need a drink. But There we have that. Let's actually move him because I don't have too much room here. I'm still trying to get my setup kind of done well. I'm standing up while filming this, which I usually am not doing. There he is next to a Mezco Batman. Taller than Batman. Still looks good. And I do have over here a Lightning Collection Red Ranger. So you can kind of see the size differences. He is a pretty tall figure, so that's, you know, pretty accurate, pretty good. And yeah, don't expect any photos, like action poses at the end of this video. It's so hot right now. I'm just trying to get a video out for you guys, because I did promise I was going to get this one out. Kind of wanted to get it out of the way, especially since it was not as fun as I was hoping. He will be posed nicely with Beerus, so that's one thing, I guess. But aside from that, definitely a letdown. Definitely a figure I would recommend only if, you know, you really want to complete that collection. If you're a completionist, you're already getting it, so my opinion doesn't matter. If you really want to Whis, get it for cheap. Try to get it for cheap. I don't know how much money he's going for, but he shouldn't, in my opinion, be going for too much. Go for the original release if you have to. Hope for a new one. We have to get one eventually. I can't imagine they wouldn't make one, but it's just really disappointing that, you know, this is kind of what we have here. If there's a Dragon Star version, or a Dragon Star version gets announced and it's coming and you're still debating on getting it, you might even be better off with a Dragon Stars version of Whis, because it'll probably be a little bit taller, since that line does run a little bit bigger, and any limitations in his articulation will most likely be similar to this one, at least leg-wise. Arm-wise, this one and upper torso and everything, head, probably could be better. I mean, this one has really good, you know, everything from the bottom up here, really good. I love it. Great articulation. From the bottom, nothing. So, it is what it is, but again, it's really hard to recommend it. You're just going to have to make that choice on your own, because it's not that great. I got it because I wanted a Whis. I kind of forgot about how bad the skirt was, and I needed a Whis. That's pretty much it. I like Whis. I think he's a great character, but this figure does not do him justice, and it's definitely disappointing. So that's my take on that. And again, I'm trying to get more videos out at least once a week. Gonna try and do more. I still have a couple of turtle figures, a little bit older now, but still gonna do them. I might do the Batman White Knight motorcycle, might not. It'll be a short video if I do it, but I am thinking about modding it a little bit, painting it at least, doing that with some of the other Batmobiles I have. Gonna be doing some more Batman stuff in the future for older Kenner stuff, and definitely some diorama stuff. This one is still a work in progress. My entire setup is a work in progress. It's not the best place to film. Again, I'm standing up when I'm usually sitting down, which makes it a lot harder, surprisingly, than you would think. Still gonna do the Iron Fist posing video. Don't worry, it's coming. It's just that one is gonna take me some time. And again, I've been busy lately, so we'll see how things go. But, you know, for anybody who's watching consistently, thank you for keeping up. It's been a really long couple of weeks doing this and trying to do a few other things at the same time. And not to mention, it's like 104 degrees right now, and I'm going to go turn on my air conditioning. These lights aren't helping. So, I'm going to wrap the video up here. And like always, thank you for all for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.